Dude, I literally zoned out.
So you don't know about anything that's leaked online, gaming related.
I have been in DIY land, so I don't know.
Okay, so Game Freak, creators of Pokemon, had all their shit leak online. Like all the new Pokemon that are going to be getting released, all the next generation, special Pokemon projects, company details, company employees had their details leaked online. It was a massive fucking data breach. But that's not what I want to talk about. Part of it is what I want to talk about because in this data breach, there were unreleased stories about Pokemon that were leaked, that were written by, I believe, a particular woman, allegedly. We'll put allegedly because we don't want Nintendo coming after us. These stories are so crazy. I read them and I wanted to vomit. I'm not going to tell you what they're about. I'm just going to read them to you whilst you're eating. We'll see if you can keep your food down.
I'm very hungry, so.
Is the pasta good?
It's so good. It's a trouble mac and cheese in case anyone is on.
I'm going to start reading, okay? This is called Original Sin based on the current Pokemon world. This is written, allegedly, by a staff member at Game Freak. Allegedly. Allegedly. In the distant past, when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was still blurred.
Where the fuck is this going?
Dude,
no.
This shit is gnarly.
Oh, fuck.
This shit is gnarly.
I think it was going.
I couldn't, but that first sentence spun me this morning as well. I started reading it, I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, and?
There was a woman and her companions. Every day they were bored, so they would often catch Slakoth, which is, I think it's that like slow-looking Pokemon. Living in the nearby forest, they played cruel games with the captured Slakoth, sometimes killing them for fun, gouging their eyes out or cutting off their ears. Again, this is being written by someone allegedly that works at Game Freak. One day the woman was walking alone in the forest and saw a Slakoth hanging from a tree. She climbed the tree to catch it, but slipped and injured herself. At that moment, Vigoroth appeared, which is Slakoth's evolution, I believe. This Vigoroth had a torn ear. The woman, startled, tried to flee, but her injured leg hurt too much, and she couldn't move. The Vigoroth with the torn ear suddenly attacked her when it saw her. The woman lost consciousness. When she awoke, she was in an unfamiliar place. Before her lay a clear lake surrounded by trees from which many Slakoth and Vigoroth were hanging. All the Pokemon bore wounds somewhere on their bodies, marks left by the woman and her companions. Upon closer inspection, she noticed that some of the Slakoth hanging from the trees were corpses. They were the very Slakoth that the woman and her friends had killed and discarded. The Slakoth were throwing those corpses into the lake. Terrified, the woman tried to run away, but a Slacking appeared. I think Slacking might be the evolution. This Slacking also had a torn ear. The woman realized that this was the same Vigoroth she had seen earlier, and fear overwhelmed her, causing her to faint once more. When the woman regained consciousness, she found herself at the entrance of the forest near her home, surrounded by her friends. They carried her back to her house. Sometime later, the woman gave birth to a child. But it wasn't a human child, it was a Slakoth. She intended to abandon it, but couldn't bring herself to do so. She stopped meeting with her friends and decided to raise the Slakoth. One day, her friends, concerned about her, visited the area near her home. They found the Slakoth sleeping there. The child of the woman, as they always did... They found the Slakoth sleeping there, the child of the woman. As they always did, they caught the Slakoth, stabbed it in the chest and killed it. They took its corpse and headed to the woman's house. When she saw the slain Slakoth, the woman was overwhelmed with sorrow. She grabbed the Slakoth's body and ran deep into the forest. Her friends shocked chased after her. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the surroundings suddenly opened up and they found the same clear lake from before. Around the lake were many Slakoth and Vigoroth. The woman stood before the lake and holding the lifeless body of the Slakoth, she threw herself into the water. Afterwards, the woman's friends began to treat Slakoth as companions, just as she did in her final moments. So they basically wrote a Pokemon grape story there were people online saying that these themes have always been in Pokemon.
Which Pokemon were we watching?
Which Pokemon game were you playing? Apparently, this upcoming generation is based on Greek mythology, which is the justification. I don't know if that is justification to put human to Pokemon relations in the game.
I was gonna say I'm still not seeing.
Still not
seeing it. I think.
That
was wild. I'm still reeling from that.
There's a couple stories here. We'll read the next one.
Okay.
I think I've got these.
Hit me. I'm fucking ready. You know what? I got this.
Just before we read them, I do want to point out that this person tweeted out saying, "I think a lot of people forget how much influence the Pokemon series has taken from mythology and folklore. I'd be surprised if they didn't write weird folkloric stories for the Pokemon world. I mean, granted, animal husbandry wasn't on my list, but still, why are we shocked? Why? I don't know.
Because
I'm sorry.
It's a fucking kids.
It's a Pokemon's for kids. Pokemon is for kids.
It's been marketed. Like, obviously, we play it because it's Legacy, but it's not the same thing.
I know that we enjoy it. I enjoy Pokemon.
But they're not selling to us.
Yeah. And you know what? Old Pokemon games were very, they were kind of clever how they told the more scary stories.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, you know Drifloon? There was like a balloon Pokemon that just takes children away. They grab onto it. Yeah.
It's more modern Pokemon.
They grab onto it, and because it looks like a balloon, they just like Jeepers Creepers floats away.
That's genuinely terrifying.
Yeah. Someone else said, "I'm so relieved to see someone else saying this. It's concerning how many people are memeing about this and taking it seriously. It's supposed to mimic folklore, Brothers Grimm, mythology, fairy tales, and the like. Thank goodness someone else has some brain cells here to see that." And then
Brothers
this
Grimm,
person, yeah,
you're gonna read that as a bedtime story to your kids.
Yeah. Luckily, everybody else on Twitter had some thoughts and were posting. Everyone was like, "No, dude, that's fucking bestiality. Like, these stories are sickening." Wait, where's the next one? There was a time when the boundary between Pokemon and humans was blurred, as we've established. In a coastal village...
Is there a fucking trend in these?
It's all written by one person. It's the same Japanese woman, apparently.
I just wanna fuck a Pokemon.
Well, you said he. This is a woman.
You know what? My bad, guys. I was on default mode.
It's not us this time. In a coastal village, there was a man. One day he was walking along the shore. He found a female octillery washed up on the beach. The man had relations with the octillery and then threw it back into the sea. The next day, he went to the same spot and found the same octillery again. He once more had relations with it and threw it back into the sea.
He said he wanted some more.
Yeah, he came back for seconds. I want some, and I'm going to get some. One night after several days had passed, the man had a dream. In the dream, the octillery spoke to him. "I cannot come to you, but I will deliver our child to you. It is our child, yours and mine." Have you seen octillery before?
You know what, yeah?
Yeah, but it's a fucking octopus.
Pull up, I want to see it. Trying to get myself in the mood. No, I'm joking.
That's who he had relations with.
I didn't see it.
Do you know what's so funny? I typed in octillery. Octillery leak is the first thing that comes up.
Oh, dude.
You know there's going to be Rule 34 about this.
Loki turned into a horse and had a child with another horse. That's right. Whilst he was a fucking horse.
Yeah, but I love how they're all like, "Oh, but this happened in Norse mythology. This fucking Pokemon, guys. Like, we have to draw a line somewhere."
We've done mythology. We've done Norse. We've done Greek.
Yeah.
All right. This is Pokemon.
This is Pokemon, okay? I'm so surprised that people are surprised. What's wrong with you?
Surprised about they don't have bestiality in fucking like kids games and shows.
I saw someone tweet out saying, "I'm so ready for an adult Pokemon," and I was like, "That's not what I had in mind for adult Pokemon. I thought it was gonna be a bit more violent, maybe more consequences, maybe Ash grows up." You were thinking about bestiality the whole time. We're not playing the same game.
I now see why it was so popular.
Yeah.
So many people were like playing this game for different reasons. I was gonna say for wrong reasons, but I don't want to kink shame. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
Stay away from animals.
Yeah, I'll kink shame you.
Yeah, 100%. The bestiality thing is not a kink.
It's honestly
It's
really
just
cool.
abuse.
It's just abuse. It's honestly really cool to see Game Freak applying real world mythology tropes. Like, you guys are fucking animals. I'm sorry. Absolutely ridiculous. You have to draw a Norse mythology to try and justify this nonsense. Alright, where were we? The next morning, the man went to the place where he had met the octillery. There he found a boy. The man took the boy home and raised him. Please don't touch the boy. Can we draw a line somewhere?
That's your son.
Just stay to...
Your son and his. I mean hers. I don't know what...
Time passed, the boy grew into a young man and the father passed away.
Thank God.
Yeah, he's gone, the fucking animal.
Yeah.
The young man was
He grew
always
up okay.
lonely. One day as the young man was walking along the shore, he saw a group of people playing in the distance. They all held very large swords in their hands as they danced. The young man approached the people, and as he got closer, he saw the Sharpedo. Dude, you're gonna fuck a Sharpedo? Are you insane? Sharpedo's gonna fuck you. When he tried to get even closer, the Sharpedo suddenly leapt into the sea.
Thank God he grew up.
Yeah.
Sharpedo is a
That's
crazy
a crazy name. Might be appropriate in this story.
In it. See where it goes.
The Sharpedo suddenly... I can't say that name like that. Suddenly leapt into the sea all at once. However, one of the Sharpedo lingered, looking around 3 times before swimming away. He's a real Sharpedo.
I was going to say, he's scoping the place out.
At the spot where the Sharpedo had been playing, there was a huge sword lying on the ground. Is a sword a euphemism or is it an actual sword?
The Sharpedo's playing.
It was a shape he had never seen before, and it was very sharp and pointed. The young man took the sword home. The next day, the young man took the sword and went into the forest. Whilst walking through the forest, he encountered an Ursaring. I think Ursaring was the bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He tried slashing at the Ursaring's mouth with the sword. Dude, what the fuck? Leave the fucking Ursaring alone.
Why is everyone on smoke here?
And he severed the Ursling's mouth. Next, he stabbed at the Ursling's eyes.
What the
and
fuck?
they were easily pierced. Finally...
We don't need to know that! We don't
This
need
is
to know
madness.
that!
Finally, the young man thrust the sword into the Ursling's chest, and the Ursling died effortlessly. Great. You didn't even try to catch it, you just murdered it.
Yeah, literally.
Is this Pokemon or Mortal Kombat?
What is this?
I don't know, is it Mortal Kombat fan fiction or something?
And it's so matter of fact, like it's completely emotionless.
Yeah, I pictured all of that. It's the Ash swinging the sword
Literally
and the jaw's
saying,
just like...
"Bah." He
Fuck.
murdered that bear.
He murdered it. That day, the young man killed 30 Ursaring. Jesus Christ, he's on a tirade. After that, he always carried the sword with him, playing by injuring the Pokemon he encountered or cutting off parts of their bodies.
This guy fucking sucks!
This guy's an animal. One autumn, while the young man was searching for firewood, he lost his way. After walking for
He
a
lost his
while,
way a long time ago.
he stumbled upon an Ursaring's den. Oh, he hit the jackpot.
It's like mixed through it.
No, that was me.
He hit the fucking jackpot.
Inside, there was an elderly Ursaring lying down. The elderly Ursaring looked at the young man and said, "Come inside." Wait, said, "Come inside." The Pokemon fucking talks now. Thought only Meowth and Mewtwo did that. And Lugia. The young man
If he
hesitated.
goes inside, he's a fucking
He's an
idiot.
idiot. He deserves what he gets. The young man hesitated, but as it was getting dark outside, he entered the den. Before long, people began to enter the den one after another, filling the room completely. Looking closely, he saw that all the people had scarred faces, and some were missing their eyes. They were chatting amongst themselves, but the young man ignored them and fell asleep. At one point, he woke up to find the elderly Ursaring lying beside him. He fell asleep again. When he awoke once more, there were many people around, talking about something. Again, the young man ignored them and went back to sleep. When spring arrived, the elderly Ursaring spoke. "Do you want to go home? Then I shall send you home. When you return, a well lord will soon be found near the village. Go there, we will send a man. You must leave the sword behind and bring a witness. Why did you do such things, cutting faces and slices of noses?" The elderly Ursaring escorted the young man back to the village. Upon his return, the young man recounted everything that happened to the villagers. The following morning, the young man took some villagers with him and headed to the shore. As they walked along the coast, they found a large warlord. Nearby on the beach was a Teddy Ursa. I think that's the smaller version of it. When they noticed the young man, the Teddy Ursa hid in the forest, and a large Ursaring came out in its place. As the Ursaring charged him, the young man tried to draw the sword he had hidden, but it got stuck and he couldn't pull it out. So he rushed at the Ursaring with his bare hands. The young man and the Ursaring grappled, punching each other's faces. They strangled each other with all their strength, and so they choked each other to death, collapsing on top of one another. The villagers went back and told others what they had seen. That's it. So
this is upsetting, because I'm just like...
He murdered a bunch of Ursaring and then just died. And were the Ursaring people in costumes?
I don't know, because they spoke. And also, I'm just like... Everyone here in Norse, and this is supposedly based off Norse mythology, right?
Apparently.
But why is all of the communities being bare chill?
Or Greek mythology, one of them. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, never in no myth I've read has someone killed another person's child or anything, and it's been cool. No worries, compadre. How come you did that, sir?
Yeah.
No problem. Be on your way. Bring a witness.
Yeah, and go to sleep next to us. Like,
no,
what the fuck?
like...
Well, they don't call them Game Normal, right? They are called Game Freak. So... This is diabolical stuff. Right, we got another one. There was a village somewhere. One day a girl from that village went into the mountains to gather firewood. She found well-dried deadwood deep in the forest, so she kept going in further. Before she realized it, the sun was setting and she had lost her way. Around her there were droppings from a typhlosion, which made the girl anxious. Just then a man appeared from the other side of the forest. His face didn't resemble anyone from the village, but he was very handsome, the man said. "You must be lost, right? I know the way down the mountain, but with your pace, it would be midnight before we get there. I'll take you back tomorrow morning, so why don't you rest at my place tonight? You better
He said you're slow.
You better start running." The girl had no choice but to agree to the man's suggestion. The man took her hand and began to walk. As evening fell, they arrived at a large cave. "This is my home. You must be hungry, right? Wait here." Saying that, the man went outside the cave. After he left, a red light shone from far away in the mountains, and there was the sound of trees swaying. He took her to the red light district.
Yeah, hold on.
Before
I'd
long,
have a great time.
he's going to charge her €300.
I'd have the worst time.
Before long, the man returned carrying many red berries. He said, "Eat this, then let's sleep for the night. Even if you wake up before I do, don't look at my face." Okay. What the fuck? Wait, you're going to have toothpaste all over. What the fuck? Why? If you wake up, don't look at me. The next morning, when the girl woke up, the man was still asleep. She honored their promise and stayed lying down, waiting. Before long, she fell back asleep. She was awakened by the man's voice. When she looked outside, the sun was already setting. "Today we'll eat green berries. Wait here." With that, he went out of the cave. After he left, the same red light shone from far away, and the sound of trees swaying echoed once more. By the time the sun had set completely, the man returned carrying many green berries. "Eat this, let's sleep for the night. Even if you wake up before I do, don't look at my face." I'm going to say this to someone one day. You wake up before I do.
Don't look at my face.
Don't look at my fucking face, mate. The girl expressed her concern that her family would be worried and that she wanted to go home soon. The man yawned widely and tapped her on the head. At that moment, she completely forgot about her family and home. What, did he fucking knock her out or something? You know, I just tapped you on the head. You forget about all your responsibilities. He jackhammered her.
Jesus. How much fucking strength does he have in those
For real. Where are we? So they ate the berries and went back to sleep together. The same routine continued with them waking up when the sun had set, the man going out to gather berries and the two of them eating and sleeping together. Eventually the girl realized that the man was a typhlosion. What? I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry, but isn't like a typhlosion? It's a huge, humongous
With a
fucking
fire on its back. You deserve what you get at this point. I'm sorry. At this point, she said it went on for many days, and at this point, I realized she was a typhlosion.
You're a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah.
Oh my god, silly me.
Like, what did it take? I don't understand. Did he whip out his dino cock and suddenly you were like, hey?
No, at that point she was like, this is a good deal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She still thought he was human.
Getting that prehistoric. Where was that? As winter approached, the Typhlosion dug deeper into the cave and said to the girl, "Go and gather wood for firewood, break off the branches from the higher parts of tall trees."
He thinks he's got her.
Yeah.
Like, he's ordering her about and shit now. He's like, you go get the firewood.
You
go
mind
get the
now.
fucking berries.
I've done enough. She don't do nothing. What do you bring to the table? Where were we? The girl tried to do as Typhlosion instructed, but the tall trees scared her, so she could only climb the shorter ones. When she brought back some branches, the Typhlosion said, "That won't do. If it's not from high branches, humans will find us." When the snow began to fall, the two of them lived in the depths of the cave, mostly sleeping. There was plenty of food. Occasionally they would wake up, eat, and then go back to sleep. One day when she awoke, the girl was holding a child. After several days and nights passed, the Typhlosion said, "Your father is looking for you, but you are my wife, so I can't return you. I will have to fight him." This is taking a turn. Can't you just talk to him? Kill her father now.
We just have a conversation about.
The girl pleaded, "Please don't do that. Don't kill my father. How can I live with you if you kill my family? You are a good person, so please stay here.
You're a
with
good
me and sleep."
Typhlosion.
Yeah. Get back in your fucking Pokeball, mate. Alright, let's stay here and sleep. The man nodded. The next night, the Typhlosion woke the girl and said, "Your father is close by. Go and see him." When the girl went outside, a snowstorm was raging. She climbed a low tree and broke off a branch. When she returned to the cave, the Typhlosion was singing a song she had never heard before. "You broke off a branch, didn't you? Soon your father will come here. I am going to do something bad to your father. If I am killed, take my eyes, my voice, and my heart. Build a fire at the spot where I was killed and burn them. And while they burn, sing this song until the fire goes out." Dude, what?
Damn, Typhlosion, you're doing a lot.
You're doing
too much. Guy's planning his whole funeral procession.
Like, who's her dad?
Buddy, please.
The dad Mewtwo or something. He's gonna pack you.
He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck up your dad, but
Yeah.
if I die."
Yeah, if I die. So giving it all that big talk, he felt that psychic energy. The girl said, "Please don't do it. Don't kill my father. If anyone is to be killed, let it be you. Goodbye. We will never meet again."
So she could have just left the whole time.
Yeah. With those words, the Typhlosion went outside. After a while, there was a loud noise, and when the girl looked outside, she saw her father had killed the Typhlosion. She rushed out and said to her father, "Father, you have killed my husband. I have been living with him all this time. He was my husband. Please give me my husband, the Typhlosion's eyes, voice, and heart." The girl built a fire at the place where the Typhlosion had been killed and put his eyes, voice, and heart into the flames. She sang the song the Typhlosion had taught her until the fire burned out. The girl's father built a small hut on the edge of the village for the girl and her child to live in. Eventually, spring arrived.
He's like, "Let me put you guys on the edge of the village."
There's so much to comprehend.
You and your dino child.
And this is crazy. Jesus. The young men of the village often teased and tormented the girl and her child. It became worse over... Wait, hold on. She had a child with it.
Yeah, man, that's edge of the village shit.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's then.
One day they tried to drape her Typhlosion's pelt over them. The girl returned home and pleaded with her parents, "Please tell the villagers to stop teasing us. If they put that pelt on us, we will surely become Typhlosion. We are already half Typhlosion as it is."
You're not.
You ain't. What are these? This is...
He fucking Stockholm syndrome.
Despite the parents' pleas, the villagers did not listen. In fact, they found it even more amusing and eventually draped the Typhlosion pelt over the girl and her
They
child.
were cracking up at her.
At that moment, they howled loudly and vanished into the depths of the forest. The two were never seen again, and so people came to understand Typhlosion are half human beings. Dude, this is...
Did they just literally...
They're...
That one might be the most disturbing one.
I think that one is. There's so many things that are messed up about it.
I think that one is probably... Oh, I love it.
Is this the same one? Yeah, it's the same one.
Typhlosion are all half human. Yes, very Norse.
Okay, I think this is... these are the last two. Game 3. Yeah, you can fuck the Pokemon and you... Do you know what's funny about this? The person that leaked all this information, he left his identity on there. Pokemon are gonna fucking murder you for this one. This is a diabolical leak. Absolutely insane.
Sorry, Bob.
I don't think we need to read any of these other ones. They're honestly disgusting. Like this is the kind of shit that I would expect to see on like the depths of 4chan or something.
Yeah, like I agree.
The fact that this
chat.
came from the company, allegedly, is insane to me. Do you know what? I think there's a Pokemon game where
fuck, dude.
they make out. I'm pretty sure they make out like Pokemon evolved from human. It's actually in the game.
No, what?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was a plot. That you go and speak to somebody in their house, and they mention how Pokemon and humans used to live a lot closer. So it's mentioned.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, I'm just.
I don't like that. They're already in my house, right? Like, what do you mean?
This is gnarly. The Octoblood. I don't know what to make of this shit. Like it's. But they put the deep next to it, but that's so fucked.
I love it.
Yeah, this is crazy, man. Game Freak. I suppose they lived up to their name.
In a document titled "The Collapse of Culture and Relationships," a man finds an octillery on the beach, has relations with it, and then throws it back into the sea.
This is
He does the same thing the next day.
Yeah, twice. An octillery human hybrid.
Who he takes home and raises. What happened to that one? I forgot.
It was the Sharpedo one. There was the sword.
Yeah.
He picked up the sword and he just started killing the bears.
What kind of fuck?
This isn't even a good take on like Norse mythology.
No, this is terrible.
Yeah, this is gnarly stuff.
It's just really like surface level stuff. It's like, oh, let's take the things that we think people like about Norse mythology and do it with Pokemon.
Yeah. And the thing that kills me the most is that people are like, yeah, I'm ready for this change.
Yeah, but this is not what I don't. When people said, "Oh, you know, Pokemon should have like lore," yeah, have the rest. I forgot that you said.
The smell was getting to me.
I just fucking ate all that shit. My bad.
The fact that they chose you know on the rest. You sure?
No, I can't. I shouldn't.
It's nasty, man.
I know.
Not the food.
No, I was gonna say what?
It's the people online that are like, I'm ready for this change. I really got to call into question the Pokemon community, guys. What are we doing?
I'm just like, I think we were into the game for the wrong reasons. Oh, the different reasons, rather.
You know what? I made the switch at the right time. Why are people so
fucked up?
Yeah, dude, this is the people that are like, yeah, no. People that are online going, I can't believe people don't have brain cells. This is the way it should have been.
What? I'm sorry, sir, but
listen,
I don't need that.
I don't lie to these guys.
To enjoy Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't lie to these guys. You know, sometimes content creators, they'll try to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
My boundaries are clear. If you're in support of this, there's the door. We're not friends. We can't talk. I can't take you seriously. Like, okay, what the fuck, Game Freak is the right reaction.
Yeah, I have to say, honestly, the slack off one as well. Her friends, shocked, chased after her. It just feels really flat. Okay, fair enough, like, this is probably just from someone's, like, notepad or some shit, you know?
But imagine, you're going into work to work on the next Pokemon game, but in your lunch break or in your spare time.
This is what you're doing.
This is what you're doing. I would have thought you'd be like, because the Pokemon anime's gotten a little bit better. And I'm like, maybe they're going to inject that into the game. Maybe it's going to be more high production, you know, especially because Power World came in and showed them up.
Yeah.
And then they sued Power World. So I'm like, okay, well, if you're going to take down Power World, at least give us a replacement.
Yeah, exactly. Give us something.
Now, I mean, instead of getting a more violent Pokemon game, we're getting Pokemon Erotica. I don't want this.
Pokerotica.
The worst thing is, I haven't played Pokemon anymore. And I don't want this anyway.
I know.
I don't want anyone to have this.
Yeah.
I'm gatekeeping. I think this is
like,
gatekeeping.
I don't want to get to a point where, you know, I tell people I used to play Pokemon and they're like,
Like Pokemon. No,
The thing where you can fuck. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like, in our day, we used to play Pokemon. You're like, what'd you say, Mom?
Oh my god! Imagine that becomes like the new furry.
Yeah, this would be it.
This needs to be stopped.
I was about to say something really fucked up, but I remember them on YouTube. I'll tell you off camera.
No, say it, but then we can cut it out.
I'll forget and leave it in the video. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add on this. This was
It speaks for itself, honestly.
It was a trip. I mean, all the other things, all leaking the games and that. Do you know what I loved about the leaker? I found him so funny. It was like, I'm not gonna like leak what's in there. I'm just gonna tell you about the leaks because I have integrity. I was like, go fuck yourself, bro. If you're gonna leak everything, just leak it. Don't go, I'm leaking a bit, but I have integrity. But also, here's all of their details. You can't do it both.
Yeah, can't do both.
Yeah, just if you're not gonna leak everything, don't bother.
You've got literally Julian Assange it.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think of Ash and Pikachu potentially doing things in the forest behind our back all this time.
Behind our back?
Who would be more fucked up there? Because Ash is only 10 years old.
That Pikachu's fucked up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Pikachu was a menace from day one.
Yeah, he really was.
Didn't listen, attacked other Pokemon. Yeah, maybe Pikachu's the villain here. Maybe Jesse and James.
Sounds like a cycle of abuse.
It does. Team Rocket might have been onto something. This is absolute. Do you know what? Mewtwo was right. Mew was the prick.
Yeah, literally.
Mewtwo had the right idea. He should have wiped them all out.
Mewtwo was like, this depravity must end.
Do you have anything to add?
Honestly, that was just really fun. Obviously, like...
Yeah, there's not a bit to really say. There's nothing to say. It's fucking nasty.
Thanks for the food, though. I rate it.
Yeah, the food was nice.
Didn't it? That was really nice. And I didn't get put off, which I'm shocked at, to be honest.
I was eating when I started reading this, and literally the rice started falling. I was like, the rice and the gyozas were falling out of my mouth. I was like, ugh, this is...
Just, why?
Because you know the texture of the gyoza, and I was reading the Octa really one, and I was like, wait a minute, is this...
No.
None of that hentai shit.
Oh.
Well, that's it, guys. Let us know what you think.
That was fun.
See you soon.